I know we're not supposed to have favorites, but Bat Kato's one of my favorites. You know, they
He's
say
number
don't.
one right now. Of course,
Dude,
he's
he's
your
always
favorite.
number one. He's the most supportive. Sci-Fi, we love you too. Um,
Greetings.
but Bat Kato, man, just what a good dude.
And I do love his. I do love his avatar image.
What you wouldn't have loved, I should send them to you, is the AI Christmas photos of me and Jordan as a couple.
Oh no, you do have to send those to me because I do. I do need a good laugh.
Okay, you know what? I'll pull them up right now.
Okay.
And
What did
but
you do to
introduce
Jordan?
yourself.
No,
Oh, there's
Jordan
Dom.
did this to himself.
Yeah, Jordan went ham on the IKEA purchases, so he's building things.
He chooses to build bookshelves and then do his job. He's a quitter.
He's a quitter. Okay, you guys ready? We'll flip through these.
And there's Dom.
Present. So
Dom is coming in.
Good afternoon, guys. Apologize for being late. I just got off something else, so appreciate y'all for having me on as a.
You at least
host.
show up. You at least show up to something that is not your job.
Right? I feel like we need to change the intro video to Jake, Jordan, Chris, and sometimes Dom if we're lucky. So these were the Jake, Jordan,
I'm honored
AI photos.
Honestly.
Oh, good lord, these photos.
I don't know if they get worse or better.
I didn't think they're just...
somehow it makes Jordan the women. I think his eyes look so dead in that one.
Yeah, what is that about? Why is?
I would love Jordan with that hair though.
The flock of seagulls is a nice touch.
And then
wow, going for Art Garfunkel.
This looks like us at the beginning, and then after I discovered LSD. You know what I mean? And then
and yet again, Jordan's the woman.
But I just don't like that Jordan doesn't have his curves in that one. He's too straight.
Oh my
goodness gracious.
That one's frightening.
We might actually lose viewers if you keep this up.
Oh wait, hold on. And then the second, was that it? Yeah, they were frightening.
Yeah.
But you know,
we're not here to talk about AI imaging.
Yeah, right. Serious. Who needs artists? I'm just kidding. Everyone, introduce yourself. Chris and Dom, where can they find you? One at a time, though. I shouldn't have said both of your names.
You can find me on all the socials at Chris Balga. I am the co-host of Marvel Alliance and the Geek Ultimate Alliance Network. You can check out that show every Thursday night by searching for the Geekverse Podcast YouTube channel. We go live Thursday nights at 9:10 Eastern Standard Time. And the audio, you can find that by searching any of your podcatchers of choice at Marvel Alliance.
And Dom, where can they find you? The many places. I
feel like there's a billion of there. Yeah. Overstretched. No, that's not a word I'd use. But you can find me at Dom of X, where I am now eerily close to 2,500 subscribers. So if any of you are brand new here, don't know me, I do comic videos just like Jake, and also Chris does discuss them. So if you're looking for similar content like that, you can find me on Dom of X. Of course, comicreleases.com is the website that I work on, which has literally every single up-to-date release date for trade paperbacks, hardcovers, absolutes, you name it. We've got all of it, and all of it is there available, and very fine condition, because Jess has now gotten me on the bandwagon for mentioning that. But I will say Omar was pretty nice, because I got his Christmas present in the mail not too long ago. So.
But what if they want to watch you one Friday a month?
Oh, that's right. You can obviously find me on Dom of X at my channel. I do videos with Curtis Finley of the Epic Marvel podcast, where we talk about the thicker DC trade paperbacks from the brand new finest line. Most recently was Catwoman, which does collect select issues from Showcase along with Action Comics backups that were previously not collected in here, on top of the Catwoman Defiant one-shot by Peter Milligan. So very, very happy about this collection. Talk about those with Curtis every single Friday. You can find me there. And sometimes I might do a giveaway to help you guys out if you're in the US. So that is where you can find me.
And then what if in 2025 they want to catch you on a random Tuesday morning?
Yes, indeed. So we are. I guess we can officially say this. Jake and I are going to
news.
Jake and I are going to be bringing Titans Tuesday back, albeit on a differently differently altered schedule. We're going to be alternating on both channels. We're going to be starting out on mine, and we're going to be going back to Jake's as a back and forth, just as a chill first Tuesday of the month stream to get you guys all floated on everything comic booky, news related, whatever you guys might be interested in. We are going to be talking about all of that, and I can't wait to re-kick it back up again.
What an intro. I got to correct one thing, though. You said I make comic book videos just like Jake. Nobody makes videos like you, Dom. The amount of work you put into your graphics and the research that you do, you are in a league of your own. So that was my only correction. You make videos just like you because nobody can compare to them.
I don't know how to deal with the flattery, but I do appreciate that you brought out the compliments. So I really, really appreciate that. And no, I mean, I'm just lucky to be part of an even bigger community that loves these books just as much as I do, and I want to be able to share that love with them. So I appreciate it.
What a good answer.
And shout out to push him over that edge. Get him over those numbers before the end of the year.
Yeah, right. Those are rookie. Pump those up. I remember when he was like, "Yo, I hit 500 subs," and the next day he's like, "I'm at 2,000," and I was like, "How is that possible?"
That's what I said. I'm always going to be eternally grateful. I mean, for everything that has happened this year, I mean, I cannot understate how insane it has been to have not only been part of the journey to get to that big, but also meeting you two has been really big for me as well, and to call you guys friends. So that means a lot more to me than you guys think. So
that is true. Meeting me and becoming friends with me should be most people's highlight of the year, I think. If I'm being honest, I'm a good friend.
You are a good friend.
Yeah, and I think I'm Jake, who needs no introduction. So
you really don't.
I'm around. Really don't, I want to shout out this bluey sweater that Jordan's girlfriend got me. So
it's a sweater?
I don't know what
rolled up the sleeves. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Boom. Boom. It feels like it should have matching PJ pants, but I guess I wasn't worth them.
Oh, but you got a subscriber there, Dom. You got one closer, Heroic
Hideaway. Thank you. Thank you, Heroic Hideaway. I really appreciate it.
I was trying to find that comment. Where was it? Oh, just subscribe to Dom. There we go.
Really appreciate it.
Bunk apparently wants to use our channel to do an AMA.
Yeah, it's his first daddy-son movie day. That's fun. And okay, so Sci-Fi, I should have done it, but the problem is I don't know the rules of them. Where like, what can I play? What can I show? Like how? Like what? I don't want to do anything that gets me a strike. And plus, how do you top Chip Zdarsky's reaction video? Did anyone see Chip Zdarsky's reaction video? That was amazing.
Good. Now, I will say this: Warner Brothers is usually you won't get a copyright strike. They'll just demonetize it at that point. We've the thing that we do. I mean, Marvel Alliance, we don't have that problem with Disney, but what we've usually done is we'll have the trailer up. It won't be full screen. It'll just be minimized, no sound, and we'll just stop and play at that point. But my friend Dave, the film junkie, he'll always say Warner Brothers just doesn't understand the idea of what good publicity is, and they'll just cause the thing to demonetize. That's about it.
And honestly, does anyone want a video of me pausing the trailer every few minutes and just sobbing uncontrollably?
Now, what you could
sobbing the entire reaction.
There's a really awesome Lego version of the trailer. If you have not seen that, there's a great version of the Legoized version of it.
What if it's like, hey guys, I'm doing the audio, I'm here for my reaction, but it's a Lego minifigure of myself reacting to the Lego trailer.
Oh, there you go. That'll work.
That seems like a lot of work. Jordan! Okay. Guys, do you have any books from a recent haul to show off? Dom, you got a recent Christmas gift, it sounds like.
I did. Yeah, this was sent to me by Omar, and this is the Aquaman by Peter David omnibus. Now, granted, I've only read the material from everything up to book 2 of the trade paperbacks that were stopped, along with the Tempest miniseries by Phil Jimenez, which is my favorite thing in this book, with the iconic red suit, and also dedicated to a former passed away lover of Phil Jimenez's back in the 90s. And I was contemplating, like, man, what do I ask? Well, yeah, everything's in here, and I can't wait to dive into the rest of it. No pun intended.
That with the slipcase off is one of the most gorgeous books I have ever seen because it looks like the Atlantis Chronicles that he's
Yeah.
reading from in the beginning. It is Jordan's photos of that look tight.
I also will say, the Cyndaquil in the background was sent to me by a friend of mine for Christmas. The package literally arrived Christmas Eve. My parents were like, "What the heck is this?" It's from some spot in Japan. Yeah, open it up, and it is a certified Pokemon Center Cyndaquil.
Wow, can't get much better than that.
So yeah,
No
really good
substitutes.
Christmas. Perfect. Yeah, and then my mom got me a couple studio lights to look more professional on YouTube. So
Heck yeah. Dude, that's fun. I didn't get a new light, but we got a new light cover because the original one we had kind of lights up everything. This new one that we have is a way more direct light. Do you see how much more direct that is? So lights are fun. We got a new turntable because our last turntable died on us. So I just balled out, and now I have one that could like move a Tashin in a circle. So that's the
Just
dream.
collapse under its weight.
No, yeah, dude. The other one I would put an Omni on there and it would start coughing. Like I don't know what that was about. But what about you, Chris? Do you have any books to show off?
Yeah, I got some stuff from my Christmas haul. This actually came in a couple days ago from Kickstarter. Darkness Volume 3 hardcover.
Is that Goblin wearing a backwards hat?
Yes, the Goblin is wearing a backwards hat because it's the 90s. And Superman by Busick, book 1.
Number one book that should have been an Omni that I feel like for DC last year.
Yeah, we could say that a lot about some DC books. You know, like Battle for the Cowl.
Okay, should have been a hardcover or not a hardcover, a deluxe. But like, yeah.
Then got this for Christmas. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles updated visual guide. Lots of fun extras in this. If you're a fan of anything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it is covered in this book. And the same author did that. Also a Christmas gift. Batman the Ultimate. This just recently was updated, I think in the last year, to include stuff from the Batman. But Andrew Farrago, he is one of the main curators of the Cartoon Museum out in California. He did this and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles book, and so this was his labor of love putting together, like, it's covering movies, books, comics. It's got all these awesome inserts, everything.
Well, that looks like a labor of love.
It is. So, cool, nice shiny cover, too.
That is such an awesome reflection.
Yeah. And then the best gift, I showed this off on Jess's stream yesterday because it'll rival
I didn't know that our competition had a stream. I've never watched it.
Whoa. Dun, da, 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 da,
the definitive history of Superman. This slipcover is just amazing.
I've never got why people get books with slipcases on them. I've never thought that was that interesting or needed.
Oh,
the lovely Superman.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
So if a group of geese is called a gaggle of geese, or it's an unkindness of ravens, what's a group of Supermen called?
Soups.
I feel like there was a good joke there, but I didn't have one.
No, I didn't have one either. But yeah, kind of the similar thing. Just a great history. I can't wait. I'm a sucker for a good coffee table book, and why not have the definitive history of the Man of Steel? So
hell yeah.
But yeah, so that's my haul.
JP shipped my haul to Jordan, and I guess he didn't show up. And
he's a quitter, so.
Yeah, he's a quitter. Right. I was here last week, fresh off the day after my vasectomy, and I was laying in bed, but I was still here.
You were,
except for when I ditched to go to the other stream. The one book I have to show off that I got is Superman Exile. And then I got the Mickey and Avengers Tashins, but I don't think I should grab those right now because I'm not supposed to lift heavy things.
That is true. We don't need you breaking stitches.
But we should.
You got the Bluey shirt on, though. I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I love Bluey.
I love Bluey because the episodes are long enough to where we can watch a few episodes while we're eating dinner, but then we don't get stuck downstairs and we can go upstairs and watch stuff in the theater because and it's sick because it's such a kid show, but if you look at the episodes, everything is so deeply layered and there's all this like psychology behind it and like they're intense episodes. So I'm a big Bluey fan. Shouts out to Bat Kato though. Which cover did you choose? I'm gonna say something. I feel like we're starting. I'm sure you maybe have heard some of this stuff from CG and from Max on your side, Dom, but Lunar keeps saying, "Oh, we can't fulfill your full order of DM covers," but it's like In Stock Trades has an endless supply, so I just feel like it's super unfair that they're able to be the distributor and they're able to just like not fulfill the orders that we pay for because people are like, "What the heck? I pre-ordered a year ago," and it's like we would like to fulfill your pre-order, but yeah, they cucked us on like 50 covers of the DM cover.
Goodness.
So that'll be some unfun emails I have to send out next week.
I don't envy you, my friend.
No. And yes, the slipcase guys. Why slipcases is the guy with all the absolutes.
That's true.
Jordan got me that for Christmas. So I love how our entire friendship was built off me talking about things I don't know about. So he posted, I just got hired at the Best Buy that he worked at. And he followed me. We follow each other on Instagram. And he posted a photo that he got like the bone compendium. And it was the black and white one. And I go, "Oh, you should have sprung for the colored one." Just off the bat, one-upping him, even though I've never read Bone and know nothing about it. And that's what founded our friendship. So it's fitting that now we get these dope slipcase versions.
Yeah, it's. I think it's going to be four volumes of it.
Yeah, which is crazy because it's like a rational person would have just bought the hardcover slipcase full color edition that's standard size for 25% of the cost. But
the extras, the quality, it being an oversized, I've backed. I think the only thing I haven't backed of Jeff Smith stuff is probably the Tukey. I did not back Tukey. So.
And that's what we're here to talk about today. Why does Chris hate Tukey so much? Like that's always been the glaring omission in your library.
No, I'm good with it.
I don't even know what
I've got the Protoborn. So.
Shout out to Sci-Far with the super chat. Chris is the Superman book bigger than the Batman Year One Artist Edition.
All right, I'll have to be back because I've got to do a size comparison. Be right back.
He's got to be right back, guys. Let the man cook.
I think the Artist Edition is way bigger. That's my guess.
I think it's bigger.
But overall, you had a nice Christmas, Dom?
It was a great Christmas up until like the last 3 hours of it because my stomach said, "Hey, for the first time in like 15, 16 years, you're going to be upset at your food." So.
Why do I feel like we should send Omnibo the link? What time is it there?
It's 8 a.m. for him. I feel bad because I've been busy all this morning. I just got off something back at 12. I was like, wait, this guy texted me. Got to get back. Thank you for reminding me.
It is not. I didn't think it was.
The Artist Edition is bigger, right?
Yes, the Artist Edition is bigger.
Look at Omnibo watching at 8 a.m. I want to do a stream with him. He streamed with everybody else in the comic book community, I feel like, and I've never done a stream with him except for like we've been on streams together, but we've never done a stream together.
Bo was awesome. Yeah, he's the most wonderful ball of energy you will meet. And on top of that too, he's Aussie, so he's got the nice accent. I love him.
He also looked shocked that someone would ever buy multiple copies of the same book, and I'm like, that's like my whole thing. So I feel like there'd be a fun discussion between us on that.
Yeah, if you don't buy every single copy of whatever book's coming out, like I mean, I pick up singles and still collect them in collected edition format later. What are you doing with your existence? I'm joking.
This is a good question. What DC story that isn't an absolute would you guys like to see done in absolute? I feel like the Selena's Big Score would make a fun absolute.
That would be nice.
Up in the Sky, Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Woman of Tomorrow, I think it's a foregone conclusion. It's just a matter of time.
I feel like that would be good. Maybe like I haven't read it, but I've seen the art from it. I feel like was it Batwoman Eulogy would make a sick absolute. Elegy, yeah, Batwoman Elegy would make a sick absolute. Yeah, those are my picks. I would say the Tom King stuff that I love. I did a grip of catching up on comic books during my surgery recovery. So I haven't done personal reading in a really Should we send Bo the link?
I mean, he tells me if somebody calls him, answer the call. I mean, I was the one who I streamed with him last week on Near Mint because Omar was out of town at a convention. So I was like, hey, if you want to come on. I was surprised he said yes because it's like 5 a.m. for him when we finished. And I was like, if you want to do it, go ahead.
I also feel like, do they even need his permission? Isn't Fables in the public domain now?
Yeah, it's not how that works.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works?
No. We can't not everything Michael Scott tells us is correct, unfortunately.
I declare bankruptcy. Okay, here's what I read. So I read is it Love Everlasting, the first volume of that?
Yeah, the Tom King indie. Yeah.
That was really good. I didn't read volume 2 yet. I read the first 2 trades of Wonder Woman. Loved the first one. The second one I enjoyed, but it just did not have the same momentum of the first volume. But why was that my favorite issue Tom King has ever written on anything? When Superman and Wonder Woman are trying to find a gift for Batman at the Intergalactic Mall. That was Bunk told me, he goes, there's an issue in volume 2 that's like the perfect Jake Spencer issue. And that is like that I would read a whole book of just them like having wacky adventures like that. And I started Batman and Robin Year 1 and I read Absolute Wonder Woman. So I did some good comic book reading. It was a good time.
Yeah, I would say maybe for an Absolute, let's get some Mike Grell in Absolute. Let's get some Longbow Hunters in Absolute.
That would be nice.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
For me, most recent, I need the current Batman and Robin Year 1 by Mark Waid and Chris Samnee out in Absolute. I'm like, Samnee deserves it, and it's clear like it's his lifelong dream project to be doing that book with Waid. And anything in Samnee oversized, I will buy in a heartbeat. I do not care what anyone says. We 3 and Flex Mentallo by Grant Morrison are also tops of my list.
Look at that, a trooper.
My friend.
It became an international show.
How are you, boys?
Do you sleep?
We're doing good.
That's what people keep on asking. Do you sleep?
I fell asleep for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago. And then I woke up and I went, ooh, I forgot Brave and the Boys because Jess reminded me it was on.
Is Jess still going on, or did he end his stream?
No, he ended it. Yeah, he ended it.
What a noble guy. You know, he can keep his OPB affiliate code another week. I love when
we're following on the show together, Jake.
Yeah, dude, this is awesome, man. We got to hang out on. Honestly, both of you should have been on the Evergreen Absolute stream. We needed Chris and Dom there.
I had actual real life obligations with my real job, so I couldn't do that.
I know that takes precedent. But like, I felt like my problem with that stream was there were some people on there who don't collect absolutes, don't have any absolutes, so they were picking the most quintessential like story instead of looking at it from like what absolute is most quintessential. So that's like. Fair. I think that was my problem with it, was that people were like, I mean, I'd love this in an absolute, but they don't even know like anything about like extras in that book or how it was put together. I don't know. I feel like I got robbed and I'm just a sore loser. That's the long story short.
It's fair. Well, my thing now with the Evergreen streams is that I'm still perfect with all of my picks being at the end of every single one of the Evergreens. And I don't want to break that now.
But the problem with that is that's a shackle, Dom. I purposely picked weird ones that I didn't think anybody else would pick on the last stream, because like you got to go weird with it. It makes it more fun.
It wasn't Peter Picks Wildcats by Jim Lee and Brandon Choi absolute one weird. So like I feel like that, like, if you want to get weird with it, you should have been bold and put absolute all-star Batman and Robin by Frank Miller.
I
Jim
asked
Lee.
him. I wanted a joke slide.
With
It
the
was gonna
cover
be-
with him grabbing Robin and saying what he says.
I
That's
asked
the
for a jo-
cover.
I asked for a joke slide. I wanted Danger Girl, Absolute Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder, and Superman for Tomorrow. And he forgot to make me my joke slide. Those are
Well, I think you can excuse Superman for Tomorrow because it's just a fine Azzarello Lee story. The thing with the other two is that, Absolute Batman and Robin is known for being off the wall with some of the character decisions that Frank Miller makes in that book for both
and Batman
Bruce and
says
Dick
yesterday
and the
words.
characters around. Yeah, and then
He says
Danger
words you're
Girl
not
is
supposed
like
to say anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's like you get J. Scott Campbell doing J. Scott Campbell things, which was big in the 90s and somewhat still is big, but not as popular anymore. But
you'll never tell me that when Green Lantern's like, yo, Batman kidnapped a child, I need to stop him. So Batman goes, let's paint this entire room yellow and drink lemonade so we can beat up Green Lantern is not objectively hilarious. Like Robin in the background all happy as he pours a glass of lemonade for Green Lantern, and Batman like, that is objectively hilarious, Yeah,
I do find a lot of people who say it's like so objectively bad, it's fun to read. And of course, there are a lot. I mean, the discourse online is like, this is the worst, some of the worst stuff you'll read. But honestly,
No,
I think you should just read it just to have a wild ride and see what you come out of. Honestly, read the books. Don't disregard people telling you it's not worth the read or it's bad. The more you read, the more you learn, the more you envelop yourself, and the more you're going to have an established opinion of this is what comics are about. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that experience, which is why you should always read more.
And I always say, like, what my comeback to For Tomorrow is that the art's amazing. It's Jim Lee, so yeah, you get it, the absolute for that. Just Azzarello is just not a Superman writer. That's not his forte. He has his forte in Batman, 100 Bullets, like dark and gritty. That's what he does best. It's the story wasn't woven in a well way that I could follow and I cared about. But I love the art. It's definitely not the worst Superman story I have ever read.
No, it's not.
No.
I've read worse Superman.
It is fine. It is fine.
Jim Lee could draw the phone book and they could make it an absolute edition and it would sell money, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like,
he's drawn Bluey before too for commission.
Dude, I love how they joked. They were like, yeah, someone paid $20,000 for this commission sketch and it's Bluey with a lightsaber. And
I actually do know the reason why that was. I know like a lot of people have been riffing on him for the commission part. I do know, well, besides him being the actual president of a big comic book company, the reasons to why they're so high. But I'll just say for expediency's sake that it is because he is Jim Lee. He can charge the prices that he wants. And if somebody wants to buy them, they're more than obligated to. Art is not cheap.
He's got, like, we can put in quotes, like, affordable options necessarily. But again, he's earned the right to charge what he wants. Same thing with any celebrities. And if you have the
money for it, like to where it wasn't detrimental to buy it, like at least you're supporting an artist and they're getting what they're worth. I'm sure he grinded for years on Artist Alley, you know what I mean? And now he gets to get his roses. Omnibo, do you have any books that you got in the past couple weeks or anything that you want to show off that you haven't? You also don't have to grab anything. I know this was spur of the moment. Any fun Christmas gifts?
I can tell you what they are instead of me grabbing them.
Do it.
I've got Superman the Exile Omnibus.
Nice.
Oh, I can show it off for you. Boom.
Beautiful. I've got to look around the room. I've got Wolverine Omnibus number 5. Oh, nice. I've got Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 5. X-Men 2099 Omnibus I got for Christmas.
Nice.
What else is there? Extreme X-Men Volume 2.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's more.
I want that for the X-Woman one-shot by Mala Manara.
Well, Dom, you know how I've been hassling you about the X-Men reading order. I did something savage yesterday that I hate myself for. If you look...
Do it. It's a safe space.
I've gone and put my X-Men collected editions in reading order. So I've got
Oh.
my omnibuses and OHCs and trades, and I watched 5 episodes of Near Mint Condition Reading Order, and it made me realize how much I'm missing. And I'm like, I want to read it all. I want to start reading it all. So whatever I'm missing, I'll have to read digitally, and then put it all back.
And that's the fun of comics. Like that's picking up a book.
I've got my Batman in reading
though.
order as well as X-Men. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Oh, Axel. Yes, sorry. I got X Factor Volume 3 on the way, as well as What If Into the Multiverse Volume 2 on the way.
So I got to order some books for Christmas, but nothing arrived in time. So I told everyone I wasn't going to get it, but I got the Taschen X-Men, so I now have the full Taschen set.
You tell people you're not going to do it, and we're just like, oh, you're going to do it.
I did a poll in my Discord, and the only vote that said I wasn't going to get it was myself. So I don't like Stan Lee X-Men. I don't think it's very fun, but it's the only one I didn't have. And then I got Arkham Saga, which Chris tried to talk me out of, but I want every modern Batman.
I didn't talk you out of it. I
talked him out of it. I don't know what you did, but I was the one who tried to talk him out of it.
I just said it has diminishing returns very quickly. Just a fair warning.
And I got Batman 66.
The Collector, when you say those are expensive books, are you talking about USD? Because let me tell you something, brother. You got no idea what expensive books are, man.
And Aussie and Omnibo is going to be a part of a big project that I have dealing with that soon in the near future. We just need to figure out it there.
Let me put it to you this way. What If Into the Multiverse Volume 2? What do you think I just spent for that?
I'm going to cry. That's what I'm going to say.
Maybe your firstborn or like your soul?
Your firstborn
not
soul.
Quite that much.
Okay, so we're building a spectrum. It's cheaper than a firstborn.
It's cheaper than a firstborn, yes.
Okay. I'm going to say $300.
Oh, dude, come on. No way. I'm not spending that much on an omnibus for crying out loud.
How about 150?
I'm a normal admin job. I spent $220, which is just
$8
ridiculous.
off isn't that bad of a guess.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, you are.
This is what happens when you stay up till late.
Oh, he was so offended. He was like clutching his pearls. He was like, I would never spend $300. Yeah. Everyone go.
Where are my comments in the chat going?
The Comic Central. Comic Central is a friend of the channel, and he is a budding YouTuber. And he's getting a head start. He's 13 years old. If I started my channel at 13, I don't even know how big my channel would be.
Wow.
I mean, I did a YouTube channel when I was 15 years old, and I've seen some of my friends grow to like 100K in the span of 2.5, 3 years. Something that I never got the experience of when this was completely different.
They're got to be in something more mainstream than collected
edition. We were playing like American NFL football video games.
Hey,
that's what all of us were doing. So.
You're all kicking my ass. It's an uphill battle for Australians to get those subs up, man. We just passed 1,000 recently.
Mm-hmm.
My 7-year-old daughter is walking around with her new camera, just narrating what she sees around the house. And my wife comes up to me and she's laughing hysterically. She says, "What's so funny?" And she's like, "Your daughter just then turned the camera around herself, said, and don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe." And
yes,
I was like, what is she watching that she gets that? Like, she's doesn't have access to YouTube or anything like that. And
wait, she doesn't subscribe to the Brave and the Boys?
No, she doesn't subscribe to my channel.
Well, I thought I was subscribed. I'm not subscribed to your channel, Chris.
I thought I was subscribed to ages, but I wasn't, and now I understand why I'm getting clips all the time about the Brave and the Bold. So I must have mistyped.
That's happened to me, but with Facebook. Since we just became friends on Facebook, Facebook's like, you must be really into every Facebook post he's ever done. So every time I go on Facebook, it's like you at a water park or something, and it's like, I'm like, look, I'm down to see your life in snapshots, but I don't need that to be the central focus of my Facebook feed right now. I feel like I'm like stalking you now, because every time I go, because I don't even like Facebook, but I'm a social media manager, so I have to use Facebook professionally, and it's just all omnibus like snapshot of his life.
That's cute.
That's
I love
It's
that.
a lot better than Twitter. Facebook's a lot better than
Oh
Twitter. in a
God,
sense
I'm
of-
so glad I'm off Twitter, bro. And I got off. You know what? I finally left. I told JP that I don't care about Reddit anymore, and I left Reddit. They bullied me off the platform. So
They didn't bully you off. You chose to exit stage left.
yeah,
True.
yeah. At least the guy that said the horribly mean things. So basically, people like seeing hauls on Reddit, but at a certain level, I guess mine got too big, and people started to hate me and bully me online for posting them. Like this guy was like, he literally said, you and Omar would do an overview for Mein Kampf and tell people to keep an open mind if you were paid enough. And I was like, sweet Jesus.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
yeah. But on that note, let's talk about the new releases
I
for
don't know
the
if you can
Wii.
transition
That is
well from-
definitely a heck of a transition there from one
That was
subject
one
to
good
another.
segue.
Yeah, I
Looks
didn't
like
want
it's
to
some
get on
positives.
a tangent of being bullied for the whole time. But these are the new releases coming out December 31st. Okay, off the bat, 52 was one of my favorite DC stories of all time. And these are the fat trades, right? The thickies, there's two
Yep.
of them.
Mhm.
I loved it. And then this was great when the omnibus was out of print.
Mhm.
I wish that these thicker trade paperbacks also had the backups to the individual 52
Oh,
issues.
God, why
They
can't
came out.
they?
They're in the regular thin trade paperbacks, but they're not in the bigger tomes, and I don't
or in the
understand it.
Omni. It's not
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
Omni.
I'm like it's got great stuff with the history of the DC universe and a
Yes.
lot of other different side stories that add to the 52 story, and they're not in these books.
And you know
There's
what,
also-
DC?
yeah.
Here's a great thing. We'll be stupid enough to buy it too. Do a deluxe edition of just that
Mm-hmm.
as a
I sold
companion to
Omni.
52. Just do it.
You sold the Omni?
Yeah.
No, I didn't sell the.
No,
I didn't sell
Omnibo did. He
Wait,
sold-
you
oh,
saw it? Oh,
Yeah, so I saw one of Jess's Omnidog's videos recently where he's like, only collect what you love. And I've got one room and I'm constantly selling my trades to make room for the Omnis.
fair.
And after watching it, it inspired me. And I looked at my 450 plus Omnis and I got rid of 3.
Hey, it's
You
a
know
start.
what? That's progress, though, dude. You want to sell things that you will not miss at the slightest. Like when I
Yeah.
did sell off some books, my wife was like, put everything into a pile of what you feel okay selling, and then take from that pile what you're really okay selling, because you don't want to have regrets. There's the value of things before you have it, while you have it, and after you no longer have it, and you want to make sure that you don't have regrets. But
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you're
and here's
more
an-
Marvel than DC, right? You're more of a Marvel
Yeah,
fan.
yeah. Like I'm constantly looking at my Batman Omnis and stuff and going, man, I'm probably never going to read them again, or ones that I haven't read yet, like Batman No Man's Land trilogy. But I just don't want to get rid of them yet. But yeah, if I'm ever going to get rid of Omnis, it's going to be DC first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's another thing that's missing from this Dom: World War III.
Yeah.
That's the one that everybody wants, right? That's like the end story with
That's I've kept my singles just because of that.
They
I
probably
don't know
will
what I'm
do it
missing
like
'cause
if
I've
I-
never read it, but I
Go ahead.
loved 52. I've never read that after story, but I probably should, because 52 is one of my favorite DC stories, and it was one of the first things I ever read.
Wait, just to be on the same page, Mr. Chris, we are talking about the Doug Mankey, Peter J. Tomasi, Black Adam story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I hope they make a deluxe of it someday. That doesn't have Dwayne Johnson on the cover.
No.
Okay, but what if it comes out and it have a giant slap on it that says now a major motion picture?
No, it should say chills. That's what it should say. Chills.
I hate that. The hierarchy of your library of books is about to change.
Oh, I love using that
Okay.
meme. It's great.
What a title on this one.
I know.
Batman Detective Comics Volume 4, Gotham, Nocturne, Intermezzo, Batman Outlaw.
I love Ram
What is
V's
that?
opera gothic take on Batman, something that we haven't seen before with the character. I remember talking about this book with Chris and like a couple, but I think this was back in March when we did the DC solicits for Omar. And you said that like it was going a little bit too slow for you.
I've been holding off till it's fully collected. So I
It
can
is,
start
yeah,
reading
no. When you read and burn the whole way through, like last week, I read issues 1062 to 1089 because it just finished and wrapped up. I finally had all my singles. absolutely amazing. I think
looking
this
forward to
is
it.
my favorite Batman run of the last 8 years.
And
I loved
appreciate
his
you-
issue 1 of New Gods. Absolutely.
Oh,
I
me
like Ron
too.
V usually. I loved issue 1
Jake,
of New Gods.
Highlight me if you may, man. I got the acetate cover for issue 1 of New Gods, and the cool thing about this,
how
is
do I
that
solo
it's-
layout?
Un-
Isn't it-
un-
oh, you know what? I think I got to
un-
remove the screen.
Yep, you do.
And
Yep.
then it lets me solo layout you.
There we go.
Why is it still not?
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
So this is what the
Oh,
cover
that
looks
is
like.
so
So at
cool.
the front, we do have the Source and Metron behind it, and with a cube that we don't know until you obviously read the issue.
Uh-huh.
And then on the back, it's a little decipher and inscription because the whole book is sort of revolving around this prophecy that is given by the Source for a new god that will change everything.
Mhm.
If you open the inlay, there is a nice message to it. It's absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and I can't wait for issues 2 and 3 to drop.
That
You
is
think
cool.
acetate covers are cool until you're a comic book YouTuber and you're trying to light the scene properly and it's glaring through the entirety of the camera. So I think I would like acetate covers if I was not a YouTuber. But yeah, I appreciate all of you guys investing in this series now because I will wait until there's an Omni, and I kind of like it. It's kind of a kinky looking cover. Batman looks like he's having a good time. But this is one I'm sure we're all excited for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yes,
The
this was
conclusion of the
amazing.
Darsky's run.
You
mean,
misspelled
if
his last name.
Ah,
Okay, and for that, Chris is fired.
okay. It
Chadarsky?
was a nice run.
So the Zadarsky, it's like Czech. Chadarsky?
How about you say one nice thing that Chris did? He put this whole PowerPoint together. You're pointing out his flaws, Dom. Tell him the trick is if you hadn't said anything, I bet nobody would have even commented.
No, someone would have called it.
Engagement, that's comments, bro. Sneak a little mistake into your video because people want to correct you. Give them their 5 minutes to be right. That's the secret to engagement. Okay, so I haven't read volume 1 yet. I've been waiting for volume 2, but Daredevil is my favorite Marvel superhero. So
I couldn't put this down.
Yeah,
I
same.
could not stop
Same.
reading this.
Is it pretty standalone, or do I need to read the Soul Run first?
No, don't
I
worry
read-
about
No.
any other. It's reader friendly. 100% reader friendly.
And
This
it's
was my
Daredevil
first
with a
perspective.
beard. How cool is that?
You get to find out why he has one in this specific volume. This is my second Daredevil, or no, gosh. Yeah, second Daredevil run I've read because Mark Waid's was my first. So
on a scale of Shadowlands,
All right, it's
to
fixed.
Bendis,
Refresh your
Where
screen.
would you?
I'm sorry,
rate this?
Mister.
No, I appreciate it. I don't.
Is it wrong on the second cover also?
Yes. If you refresh the PowerPoint, it'll be fixed.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's on my other monitor. I can't even see it. Okay, hold on. Here's the refresh button. And then I go to view. We're an official production. Look at that. So I'm pumped for this. I've got to the point I don't even ask for which cover I want anymore because I never get the cover that I want. So I'm just gonna be pleasantly surprised when I see which cover they send me. But I want this one. This one looks rad. So I'll be.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I went
agree with
with the standard this time just because it matches very well with I went with the standard for the first time. I got Matt going in the background of standard of volume 1. I've got Elektra.
Do either of you guys have the event Omni that ties to this, or are you guys just collecting the main Daredevil portion? There was the Devil's Reign omnibus, right? That was
I
tied
try to get every Marvel Omni.
I live
I
vicariously
love that.
through
That's me with
Omnibo.
PC, bro.
It's like with every some event omnis I'll get, and this one I knew the main when I knew what was going to be collected in volume 2. I was like, yeah, I'm going to stay away from Devil's Reign just because it had what I needed.
I didn't mind
I
it.
think
It was
I-
better than recent ones like Blood Hunt.
Oh God,
I like
yes,
I like Blood
absolutely.
Hunt more than Devil's Reign. I think my problem with Devil's Reign is that it should have been an arc of Zdarsky's Daredevil instead of this big New York event where they expanded it. It's like, oh, we got to renumber Daredevil. I really wish it was just contained just to Daredevil.
You have the right to your opinion, even though it's wrong.
It is right.
Can
What do you
I
mean it's
can I
wrong?
ask you guys your perspective on this? So I think the
Sure.
reason I've preferred more DC event omnis is that they're in chronological reading order. Do you guys like when things are in chronological reading order, or do you like when it separates the main event from the tie-ins? Because for me, if I want to read Infinite Crisis, I read the full omnibus because it's the full story. But if I want to read the standalone story, I just grab it in another format. But that's unique to me. So, like, how do you guys prefer your event omnis, in reading order or in main event first and then the tie-ins?
I want reading
If it's
order.
not in reading order, it pisses me off.
It makes me mad too. Like,
I'm with
I
Omnibo.
loved all of the Venom stuff, and I would have bought the Venom event omnis, but it was so much easier just to read the Venom omnibus and like not, because I don't want post-it notes and bookmarks. I don't want to watch another YouTuber telling me how to read it. Like, I want to just read from start to finish.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the event. Like, for example, I still don't know why Final Crisis Omnibus is mapped the way it is. I really just do want like the absolute, because I don't want to have to bother with like 80% of the tie-ins that
What's
don't
the
even have
3D glasses, right? You don't get the 3D glasses in the omnibus.
It's true, you don't.
Which is why I sold my Final Crisis Omni for a very, very cheap price. I'm gonna wait out for an absolute that has the bullet logo on it, but that's besides the point. I do think it's like I think it's case for case.
That is an OCD level that even I can't relate to, bro.
I mean, considering I was diagnosed with it not too long ago, but yeah, it's a case by case basis for me. It really depends on what the event is, what I want to read about it, and how interested I am in the material that's supplemented in the omnibus, and if I want any of that sort, which is why for Devil's Reign, I'm gonna wait out because there are X-Men issues in it, with Jerry Duggan and Phil Noto, that are collected in there, but I'd rather wait out for, say, an anthology omnibus that has those X-Men issues rather than Devil's Reign itself. And same too with the Winter Soldier one shot that I actually thought was really the Winter Soldier and Moon Knight tie-ins for Devil's Reign were really, really good. But I'd rather also wait for a Sentinel of Liberty omnibus by the Hive Mind and Carmen Carnero, rather than getting that. So it really is a case by case basis for me. Just depending on what I want to collect and what I have on my bookshelf. So I know not everyone's like that, but that's just the way I operate.
And it's your library, man. That's all that matters, dude. Okay, so which cover did you guys go for, or are you guys not picking this up for the Amalgam Omnibus?
Jim Lee.
Never
wasn't.
Jim Lee. I love Dave Gibbons, but yeah, Jim Lee to complement my DC versus Marvel one. So
this was a book I paid for, and I bought the Jim Lee cover, and then Lunar screwed us again and shorted us 50 covers of the Amalgam Jim Lee omnibus. And JP goes, "I'm canceling your order and refunding you, but you get the other cover for free." And I go, "Okay, I'm happy with that." You still get the book. Yeah, I still get the book, and I don't have to pay for it anymore. But God, that Jim Lee cover is dope.
So I purposely didn't buy this because it has a very special place in my heart. I loved it when I was a kid, and I got my partner to custom bind mine, and
cool.
I renamed it. I renamed it Marvel versus DC instead of DC. Marvel.
Does it have all the? So yours is probably more complete, right? Because it has all the issues that this omitted.
Not only does it have everything, but I even added what was this magazine at the end? It's not Wizard. I always call it Wizard, but it's this one, Vision.
Oh,
okay.
Here, let me highlight you.
Which was all about the Amalgam Age.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's all just.
Yep. It's not only saved you money, but it's also got a nice nostalgia and memento from the partner.
Plus, it's beautiful looking book.
Yeah,
that's gorgeous.
It's a nicely done book, I will say.
Yeah.
And it's even got the bullet logo.
Yeah, it does too. Yeah,
that's the coolest thing I've ever seen, man. Honestly, I've never read any of these, but I remember being a kid and my friend who collected comics telling me about this storyline. So I'm excited for it just because, I feel like of the two, the DC versus Marvel omnibus was the one that I was more excited for.
I remember collecting these and being a part of the voting and all that stuff. I mean, the better quality stories are in the original, not the Amalgam.
Plus, I'm such a huge. But Ben Reilly's my favorite character. So
Oh, yeah,
if people
absolutely.
aren't aware, Spider-Man in this is Ben Reilly, not Peter Parker.
Yep.
Wait, is that Howard the Duck combined with Lobo?
Yep.
Because
Lobo the
that's
Duck.
Yeah, Lobo the Duck.
that's so cool.
And the
Have you
story,
not
and the
read
story
them all?
be.
I've never read any of this. I
Oh,
only-
wow.
But the
Yeah.
great thing with this one is really cool is that they are putting in the stories if the voting went the other way because they had to have it planned to go out, so they had to have it ready. So these will have the what happened if voting went differently.
Oh, don't tell me that, dude.
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. Jurgens told me at HeroesCon. He
I
said,
didn't know that.
Yeah, he told me that was going to
Oh,
be.
no.
He was
Now do
really
I
excited.
No, that is brutal. But
Sorry.
but does yours collect the Visions magazine?
It does not.
I don't
No,
think
it does not.
does. And was yours?
We can
Oh,
always
no.
find
I'm
ways
gonna
to
have
scan it.
Look, dude, the way the joy left his eyes.
Oh my god! Can you even still buy it? Oh,
It's like that.
God.
It's like that clip from Simpsons when Bart is
With the
like,
hard
"You
copy.
can."
You
nailed the
can-
exact moment where his heart got shot.
You can still buy, at least from our sponsor OPB.
bookmarker
but I
will
don't.
have
The
it.
Jim Lee cover is sold out now.
I'm not going to care about which cover. I want this. I want this ending. $254.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh my god! Let's check Amazon.
I'd say wait to an overview to see if it's really worth it. Wait for an overview. You know it's coming.
But see, this is the thing, man. I always get scared that it's going to go OOP,
That's how they
and I've
get
missed
you.
out.
How they get you.
But you were just telling us how much the intrinsic value of your
You
custom
did.
bound one was. So like that's gonna mean more than, I mean, like, dude, you were so happy with it, you were so complete with it. I promise you, your collection is still amazing if you don't
It
own
is.
this book.
Thank you,
Like-
thank you. Amazon
like,
have
if
it for
you-
200.
Oh, okay. Throw back what I said. Fuck what I just said.
Whoa!
200, bro. That's
Are we
basically
allowed to
free.
We're allowed to curse in these streets.
I
Some
think
of
as
us
well. I
do.
don't. You know what? It is what it is. Okay, so now we're on to the Masterworks. I still don't know who buys these. So, besides Peter Tomasi, who has every Masterwork ever.
I'll tell you what. Meeting some of those who do collect the Masterworks at that point, man, they are a committed breed.
They are.
Sitting in line while waiting for certain people like Simonson and others to sign these books. Man, they're dedicated, and hats off to them.
Yeah,
They're the reason why our Omnis can exist.
because they're the restorations, and it's also like those people. Like we have 4 or 5 of them at my shop who buy every single one of these,
Mhm.
and I'm always astonished at not only the level.
Oh, and if it's at a shop, that's cover price. Yikes!
They want to
I have
support a local business. Can't blame them.
Yeah.
I have one Masterworks, and that's because I guess In Stock Trades was clearancing out a Howard the Duck Masterwork, and it was $10, and I said, why not? And that is my one
Hot take.
Masterwork. Yeah, right.
And hot take. I've never liked the covers of Masterworks.
Especially, I don't like the DM covers. Why do you want it smaller? Isn't the art
Yeah.
the thing you want on your cover?
Yeah, but I'm talking about both of them. I've never liked them.
Yeah.
This is a safe space, man.
I'm indifferent.
I don't care.
Speaking of things I'm indifferent about,
I don't care.
I don't know anything about Micronauts. I got 3 volumes of ROM I don't care about because of YouTubers.
You should start with this volume though, because this is a good jumping on point, Jake.
That's my question always. Can I start with volume 3?
Well, if you think about it, Jake, every single book is somebody's first, and it's a good jumping on point. You can do the backtrack research. Someone started with I'm sure there's someone out there in the world who started with Micronauts 55. I am 100% certain that was someone's first comic.
Dude, someone's first comic was Death of Superman, so he's not wrong.
My first
Yeah.
comic was Final Crisis, so it happens.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. My very first comic. Okay, my very first comic strip was Calvin and Hobbes, but the
Okay.
first collected edition, the first comic I ever bought, the first DC comic I ever read, I was at a bookstore and I bought the cover where Batman was dead on the cover because it looked like the most metal thing in the world. and I read it, and I then went backwards. So I read Final Crisis, then 52, then Infinite Crisis, and
Honestly,
that was my start in the DC world.
Better that than 0 Hour. Like if somebody told me, hey, my
Yeah.
first issue ever was 0 Hour issue number 4, Crisis in Time. Oh, what's Hank Hall doing? Why does everybody have like these big gadgets? Wait, Hal Jordan isn't Green Lantern, and he's suddenly like this weird. What's going on? See, better
Dogs and cats living together in mass hysteria.
exactly.
I wouldn't even know what to like. I couldn't even fathom the names of these characters on this cover. Like that guy looks like a Legally Safe Optimus Prime ripoff, and then that one guy looks jacked, bro. He looks shredded. And then that other green guy looks like the Rick and Morty character that eats the Szechuan sauce.
You're trying to do the X-Men or not X-Men, not real X-Men. You should do real or not real Micronauts. Because no one's gonna get it.
No one, even the guy asking me the question. Okay, so Omnibo, I want to create I talked about this for a while. I want to create a game show called Real or Fake X-Men. I know literally nothing about X-Men. I have 2 X-Men Omnis, and I've read a few pages out of each of them. I know literally nothing about the X-Men, and I want to play a game where it's like 2 truths and a lie, where someone quizzes me and they say these are 2 real X-Men characters, these are their names, these are their powers. But then they invent a fake one, and I have to sit there and I have to try to figure out who the real or fake X-Men character is.
You better do that soon, or I'm stealing that segment for Aussie First, bro. Because that's a great idea,
dude. Maybe that's what you have me on your show for. I'll wake up at 3 in the morning.
Let's do it.
I have woken up at 3 in the morning for both, so it is very feasible to do.
And he's also woken up at 3 a.m. to come on my stream.
I'm waking up at 3 a.m. to watch shows that drop. So
you got to tip the cap of love back to the fellow peeps.
Look at that. Where's my cursor? It keeps getting stuck on my other monitor. Okay, I have the template for Real or Fake X-Men. I just need Dom and Gianni to give me the list. So both, you want to suggest some real X-Men characters that are because like Dom never let me forget when I was trying to play this with him when we were testing it. I go, what are those gutter mutants called? Apparently, you're not allowed to call the Murlocs gutter mutants anymore. In this PC woke society we live in, I'm not allowed to call them gutter mutants.
They're Morlocks.
I've never heard that before.
Because Jake has no respect for the Morlocks.
Nope. No respect.
Don't they live in a gutter? It's where they live. They should be proud of that.
Wouldn't it be?
It's not sewer? Gutter at that point. The more accurate term would be sewer mutants. If you're gonna
the Collector. There are 2 DM covers for Micronauts Original Marvel Years Volume 3.
And we have them right here.
My apologies.
That guy looks crazy.
I try to do this. I try to make sure everyone knows exactly what covers so they could do it. But if I would have a tough time between Kelly Jones or Arthur Adams.
Yeah, me too. Those are
Arthur Adams.
And to Omnibo's point, it probably would end up being Arthur Adams because that's just an epic cover.
It is.
Look at that motorbike.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Very Star Wars like.
It is a very Star Wars meets Micronauts, but man, like I love the Kelly Jones too for not only the simplicity. I just love Kelly Jones and the exaggerations that he puts on everything. Like, give me the long bat ears. I want
absolutely. Give me Batman long ears as Dracula all day. I want him as a vampire.
Okay.
He's why I love he's what got me into comic collecting during that age with Knight's Quest, Nightfall. Loved it.
They're calling me racist in the chat because I say gutter mutants.
No. If you're gonna be, you have to call them sewer. They're not living in the gutter; they're living in the sewer. You're being inaccurate if you're going to be throwing around.
What are those mutants that live in a van down by the river?
There, Jake.
What are the van down by the river mutants?
Stop being racist. That is hilarious.
Jake's gonna get canceled. Then we'll take over the stream.
Make that trending, you know. Okay.
Gutter Mutants Volume 1.
When's my map me a Gutter Mutants omnibus?
Oh God.
Okay.
I think that's what it should be called. Gutter Mutants Episode 1.
Nightwing Volume 6. I will get the standard size hardcover, even though the omnibus is available. It would bother me not to finish my set. And then I'll probably do a giveaway for the whole set of standard size hardcovers.
No, you're gonna give them to me, so I can do a giveaway to other people.
There you go.
No,
I think that's better. That's a better plan.
I give
You have
books
every
away.
Pokemon plush that's ever existed. You don't need my Nightwing
These are
standardized
cuties. Do
hardcovers.
not ever slander Cyndaquil's name again. Cyndaquil.
That's true.
Okay. He didn't mean
That's
it.
Cyndaquil looks
as
like he's staring into
official
a bright
Cyndaquil.
light. He looks like he looks like he's looking at the glare of an acetate cover with his eyes closed.
Dom,
His eyes
I
are
think
always
nearly-
closed, though.
I think nearly everything is cool about you, except your love of Pokemon.
Hey,
Wait.
your viewers like the Squirtle that I
Omnibo,
brought on to the
Would
show.
you think less of me if you knew I had a Pokemon tattoo?
Probably.
But in my defense, I got it post breakup.
No, that makes it
So-
worse.
So I got a Gengar tattoo because I always wanted one, and my ex was like, "You can't get a Gengar tattoo.
I
That's
don't even know
dumb."
what that is.
So this is my Totoro Radish Spirit tattoo, and the same guy did my Gengar. Let me see. if I
Oh,
can
now
find
he's
it.
getting
Here we go.
weird now.
Look, he's got red little eyes.
Oh God. Okay. Each to their own, I guess. Hey, I've got
I
a Ben
feel like I
Riley
keep
tattoo.
selling Omnibo about me as a person, and then I do another thing, and he's like one step forward and two steps back about his opinion of me as a person. And you know what? I love that. Okay. I stopped reading Nightwing after the Pirate arc, even though I love Nightwing. And I'm excited to finish off the run. Is this the last one, or will there be 7?
No, there's one more.
There's
There's
one
one
more.
more that collects issues 114 to 118, which is the Fallen Sun arc, if my mind recalls that name correctly.
I think, yeah,
This
the fall of
volume
Dick
also
Grayson. Yeah.
features Sammy Basri on art, who fills in for said pirate arc, and a couple.
Oh, so this is the Pirate arc. I read that
Yes.
one. I thought it was swashbuckling, I guess. I don't know.
It had good damn more covers that I thought of buying.
Speaking
Just-
of things I won't be buying, I have no interest in the Shadow of the. Why does Green Goblin look like he curls his eyelashes in that cover? Look at his robust eyelashes in that
Out of
cover.
everything
it is
about
a-
this cover, that's what you focus on.
It is like Aunt May is Green Goblin, isn't it?
Yes, right. Like
Yeah.
that's like drag Green Goblin.
That's
but I
the
like it.
shadow. The
I can't
shadow
unsee it
is.
now, Bo. I hate you.
It's true. But you know what? It's actually a good read.
It is,
Okay.
yeah. Well, it's Jam DeMatteis on Spider-Man.
Yep.
Every single time he doesn't get to write a story, he finds a way to make it out and still have it well. So
Mm-hmm.
Darth Vader. This is an omnibus, right? Or do I have
No.
this? Have I read this? Or is this one
no,
that's
no, you
not an
don't. No,
omnibus?
this is part of the current or former current Star Wars.
Yeah, this
Between
wraps
Oh,
it
it's
up.
the
5
third
and
series,
4.
right? This is the one
Yeah.
that's not an Omni.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
this
Yeah,
is
it's the current. It's the current Greg Pak series. It's the end of it. And yeah,
yeah, it's between Empire and Jedi.
Both Darth Vader Omnis are rad. So give me as many Darth Vader Omnis as you want. I mean, I have a cat named Vader, so I'm all
There
about
were
this.
only I said I want every Marvel omnibus. There was 2 properties that I said I would never go near, and that's Star Wars and Conan. And I've started buying the Titan Conan omnis, so I'm not starting to
Yes.
start.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah.
Are you doing both Savage Sword and OG Conan, or did you pick
Not
one
yet,
route?
but I will. I'm
Okay.
dying to read Savage.
See, I'm down for the content in Savage, but I like the colors in the original. I like colors in my comic book, so because I'm a goldfish. Speaking of Savage Sword,
Yeah, I was about to say, what's coming up next?
these Titan ones are the bane of my existence doing customer support for OPB because, like, for instance, with Conan, didn't Conan Volume 3 come out before Conan Volume 2? So then everyone's like, I have Volume 3. Where's my Volume 2 that I ordered months ago? And I'm like, I just send them Dom's website and go, look for yourself, you little baboons.
God.
Like,
Jake, I would
Don't call the-
love,
don't-
I
don't-
would
don't
love
call
to
the
see you
customers
behind that
baboons.
counter and just dealing with some people. That would be a great show, I think. Just
oh
have a
my
little
God,
camera there.
Jake does customer support emails for OPB. Like, dude,
Yeah.
it's like, because sometimes, like, I'll be like, yo, JP, this guy's annoying. He goes, oh, what a Karen. And then we go, we're so sorry that your book had a scuff in it. Here's a gift card in an exchange. Like, I like, we get it out. Like, we have these like vent sessions about things. And then, but you have to be really polite to the customer. And it's like, sometimes I'm zooming in on an image. Like, they send me an image of the damage and the book looks like it's pristine. And I'm like zooming in with a magnifying glass, trying to figure out where the scuff is. So I just, yeah, people are I thought I was a stickler, but no, people are sticklers, dude. Like the one that's been the bane of the Titan Conans and the DC style guide, bro. How many times are they going to delay that style guide?
I'm still waiting for Full Circle for the expanded edition, Jake.
Yes, Full Circle. That's the other one. We don't even have the most annoying thing about Full Circle is they gave it to some people, but they tell us we have no ETA on when we're going to get it. So I'm like, can I give you a refund? They're like, well, do you think I'm going to get it? And I'm like, I have no earthly idea. I'm happy to refund you for Full Circle. And they're like, no, I'm going to wait. Like they're holding out hope. And I just know someday JP's going to say, we're not getting Full Circle. And I'm going to have to send them all emails and break their hearts.
Including me.
Yeah. But Savage Conan, Jordan collects these. Oh my, okay. I know what cover I'd pick. That is a wild cover.
Wait a minute,
Can I jump on Savage Sword for Volume 3?
That's the good thing about Conan. You actually can.
Yeah.
Everything is very self-contained.
Chat, let us know what cover are you choosing. Are you choosing this one where he looks like Zac Efron after the plastic surgery? Or are we doing this one that looks like...
That technically should be the DM cover. I found that mistake.
Okay. I don't care about this. I don't care about this.
I know I'm tired because every time I laugh, I'm crying.
Is that it? Is that the end of the PowerPoint?
That's the end.
So, guys, now we go through and we say, what book are we most excited about?
We know what Jake's excited for. Savage Soda Conan DM cover.
I don't know. That Daredevil looks hot, though. Look at him right there with that beard. I think I'm going for my pick of the week. I'm kind of leaning to Savage Sword Volume 3 this time.
He wants to get demonetized, guys. I mean, just let him.
I'm gonna say oh no, my PowerPoint went away. Where did it go? I'm leaning to Amalgam. That's the one I'm most excited about, just because of the emails that I'm going to be getting.
It should highlight James's comment because that's great.
Oh no!
He can jump on a Conan at any volumes, just like Conan can jump on into any woman he wants.
That's half the DM covers.
Hopefully she gives consent first. Open. Okay, so I'm trying to open this because I accidentally closed the PowerPoint. What one are you guys leaning for? What is your pick of the week?
Amalgam. Just because I can't believe it's actually happening.
Did you get your cover from OPB, or did you get your book from OPB?
I did.
Yeah, sure. You don't want the standard cover, so I have one less angry email to send.
No, I don't, because as soon as that came on OPB, I asked JP to switch mine, and he did. So no, I'm standing by principle.
Okay, so he hates Jake.
No, I don't. I still love Jake. Jake. Here's what my boss tells me when these situations happen. Remember, you signed up for this.
That is true. Okay, so I'm guessing, are you most excited for Daredevil Omnibo?
I was most excited for Daredevil, but then Chris just ruined it all for me.
Sorry, Omnibo. I'm so sorry.
No, seriously, it's Daredevil. Yeah.
Nice. And I'm guessing you're getting the DM cover, or
if I can, it depends where I buy my
books.
books.
Because if you get it from like Amazon or something.
Yeah.
Okay. I want the DM cover of Daredevil, so I'll be getting the standard cover. So that's just how these things shake out. If I'm being honest,
standard covers do look good together, like Chris said.
I don't know what cover I have for Daredevil Volume 1 though. So it looks
Does it have Daredevil or Elektra on the side?
It looks like it has Daredevil on it.
Yeah, I got the standard, so I'd get the standard if I were you because they match.
Oh, that's the one I've got. Damn it.
But honestly, I don't care. The only thing that bothers my picadillos with consistency is like how I have the two Bendis Daredevils that have the matching font on the spine, and then I have the two Brubaker that should look the same, but one random Brubaker looks different. Like when I'm okay with different logos, different characters. Just give me the consistent, like when Marvel went big to small to big to small with the fonts, like give me consistent font on the spine.
Then
Dude,
Wolverine
you've got
must
to check
really
out-
tick you off.
You've got to check out my Fantastic Four Omni run because it's a freaking nightmare. I've got the original printing for Volume 1 being big writing.
Yeah.
And then I've got Volume 2, 3, 4, and 5 as small. Then I've got Fantastic Four by John Byrne, the original big white writing. And then I've got the reprint of John Byrne Volume 2, which is the big red Fantastic Four. And I just hate it. I hate it.
I'm glad I don't have that hang up. I look at it and just shrug.
If you guys were to see I don't even have my books in the right order. So,
No, that would tick me off.
Yeah.
That would, yeah.
How do
like
you-
I can't, and then it gets me in trouble. Like when I accidentally read Lazarus Volume 2 before Lazarus Volume 1 because I had the books in the wrong order on my shelf. So
That's
this
messed
point,
up.
I'm
You do have eyes, right? You did when you opened up the cover. It did say, Volume 2 a couple of times before you started reading, right?
I didn't, and like I was
It just
talking to
goes
Jess.
right into the action.
And then what's funny is when I got to Volume 1, it was like a flashback, and then half of Volume 1 is a flashback to when she's a kid. So it was like a flashback within a flashback. I just thought that they throw you into a world and you're just like, I don't know who any of these characters are, but they exist. And I was like, Volume 2 reads good on its own. That's my review of Lazarus.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a preview for our private chats that we do have with Jake at that point. This is just a small sampling.
Yeah. Like the other day I was doing a haul video and I accidentally grabbed Green Lantern Corps Volume 1, even though I was supposed to show off Volume 2. So that's a little Easter egg, is like sometimes I grab the wrong books in my videos, but I just need more shelves. That way I could organize things.
To answer colorblind trips question there, I don't know if it's better. It's all subjective, but
Yeah.
you've got to get Brubaker and Bendis's run on Daredevil.
At the same time, you don't want to not have Brubaker when you're done with Bendis. I feel like,
Yeah, that
and
was
then it just
great stuff.
and then you get into Shadowlands, which is I think the best Daredevil. I'm just kidding. I'm like,
I actually didn't mind Shadowland, and I know everyone
someone's
hates
best. It's someone's best.
someone's
event was
first Daredevil
fine.
comic was Shadowlands, right?
Mhm.
The one I want so bad, I don't really have whales anymore, but the 2 whales that I have are on Marvel. I wouldn't ever pay above cover for them because I don't do that anymore. I'm cured. I'm recovering, but I want
You're
the
welcome.
Marvel Knights Daredevil omnibus so bad. I want that to come back so bad.
Is that I didn't even know that was out of print.
Yeah, it's been out of print for years.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. See, I don't know what's up.
Chris gets his out and
There you
shows
go.
the world his Joe Quesada cover.
When
And
send
how
it out
much
of
you
your
collaborated
house,
with-
Why do we title this Marvel Knights when it has only Daredevil in it?
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. I keep wanting to get a custom dust jacket made for mine.
Yeah.
I think
there
you need
wasn't
some
Marvel
custom dust
Knights
jackets for
imprint,
your
they didn't-
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Picture.
Yeah, I've got a list of the custom dust jackets that I would want to do for my books.
I think the guy that did mine, I did some through our friend Roy, but I was the last time I messaged him, I go, hey man, you want to give me any kind of discount and I'll do a full video that like thousands of people will see about your dust jackets?
Nope.
Never responded. So I was that shitty influencer.
I hate which one is it? I hate the the War of Kings trilogy.
That's
Yeah.
pretty gross. Yeah.
Same with the Infinity War trilogy. I want all those changed. The Avengers by Busiek, I want changed.
Yeah, that was a rough one. How about the Hick Vengers not aligning with
It's-
their
You know what?
Well, I've got the originals.
I have custom dust jackets for my Hick Vengers, so they'll
Yeah, no, I've got the originals of those, so I'm right for that. But I really do feel for people that don't. That would just kill me.
that was enough for me to get custom dust jackets for those because that one bothered me. That just looked like someone should have got fired.
James,
yes, I hate the Nightfall spines. They
Yeah.
But
stress
the
me
third
out.
one doesn't exist. It's an old wives' tale.
The amount, you know, I spent
Don't do
like
it, Chris.
I spent
Don't do it, Chris.
$400.
It's
I'll do it.
too far.
Here,
It's
I'm
behind
walking
other
post
omnis.
surgery.
God, I got
That's
those
one
so
that's
long
eluded
ago.
me for years.
It'll happen. It'll happen. You're just a jerk.
And I'm out.
And yes, this was in the middle. This wasn't in volume 3 spot. Boom.
Disco Wing prominently displayed for the people who don't know who he is.
I'm surprised he didn't grab volume 1 because apparently he can't tell the
I
difference.
know.
That's true.
I
He
was-
also has trouble reading.
I should have been. I should have done that to be funny. That's fun. Okay, well, dude, this was a great show. Did we hear what Dom's most hyped up book of the week was?
It's the same.
No,
Yeah, it's Daredevil for me as well. I'm going to be getting the DM to match my DM cover for volume 1.
Wait,
I know that.
So I have Daredevil on the spine, but that has Elektra on the cover. Like, why wouldn't they have the cover character on the spine match the character on the cover?
Because it's, you know, you got to. Well, I'm actually.
You have to read first.
Yeah. Well, it's something that I am interested to see, like, why they decided to map it out that way, because the spine does indirectly spoil what happens in that Daredevil run. And I do find it funny too, because I pulled that entire run in singles, and I remember when issue 25 came out, I went to my comic shop and they were like, "Hey Dom, just so you know, Daredevil number 25 is going for like hundreds of dollars on the internet," and they explained to me like it was a completely, like, you know, it was a spoiler. You can see it on the DM cover of the omnibus. And I was just like, "Wait, what?" It was like, if you want that,
somebody,
they told me if I wanted the shop to keep it, I could get like extra credit for it to spend on other books. But if I wanted just to keep it, so I kept it. Daredevil 25 is somewhere in that black bin right there, and I hold it near and dear to my heart. I know that a lot of people are going to obviously pull in the Daredevil by Frank Miller issue where she pops up first, but that to me, that's my first. I have some. Well,
Nice.
Second, I have something you guys don't, because the first one for me was Punchline's first appearance in Batman '89.
Okay, so I think there's only one thing left to do. You guys have access to the private chat. Let's end on one round of real or fake X-Men. So you guys each give me a character. Private chat together to figure out who the fake one is. You each give me one character, and I have to guess who the fake one is. So I'm not looking at the private chat, I promise.
Hang on, I've got to think of one. Jeez.
The more obscure the character, like, the better. Like, because I have no I think I've watched a few episodes of X-Men Generations, which I remember the character Spike had a skateboard, and I watched the intro song on repeat because like the da-na-na-na-na-na goes hard. But I've seen the live action movies, except for Age of Apocalypse. No, Dark Phoenix. I didn't see Dark Phoenix. I didn't see the one where they look emo and they were in like a hospital. What was that one? New Mutants? I haven't seen New Mutants.
Hang on. So is one of these going to be a fake answer though?
Yeah. So you guys decide which one of you has the fake. So you each give me one character. You guys will know which one the fake one is, but I won't know. So you guys decide. So you each give me one character. Two of them will be real. One of them will be fake, and I have to guess.
Okay. Who wants to make up the fake one?
I'm working on the fake one right now.
Okay.
I already made the fake one.
Oh, okay, that works too.
I thought that was real.
I haven't looked at. I put mine in and I was looking for other fake. Well, there that works. Okay. Yeah, we're
You guys
good.
ready?
Yeah, we're
okay.
good.
I'm not looking at
Yeah,
the
we're
private
good.
chat. Give each one at a time. Give me your character.
All right. Glob Herman.
If it was just Glob off the bat, I feel like that's more realistic. But Glob Herman is crazy. But also, don't let me know. Okay, because now I'm gonna know Dom came up with the fake one.
No.
Did I?
No.
Okay. So I don't know. So
You don't
Glob
know.
Herman. Okay. That sounds like a gutter mutant if I've ever heard one. Like they're not letting Glob Herman into the mansion.
What is
Like,
it with you?
Glob
In the
Herman
casual-
doesn't get Glob
Sewer
Herman doesn't
mutant.
get on the Quinjet.
Sewer mutant. Use that. Sewer mutant.
The term is sewer mutant, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They live in a
I'm
sewer.
sorry. But I could see Glob Herman as like a peak 90s character. Like maybe he's not on like one of the spin-offs like X-Force or
Peak 90s.
X-Maniacs. Is that a thing? I don't know. But like I could see him on like one of the tertiary teams, not like the main team. Who else is there? Who are my other characters? Glob Herman.
You have Surgefold.
Surgefold? That sounds like I work at a paper company and like I fold paper and it's more expensive at certain times, like surge pricing.
How do you come up with this shit? Swear to God.
You should see him just like pick a cover apart of like people he doesn't know that are part of the team.
That's why we got to get Jake into Legion of Superheroes comics at one point. I really would like to see what his different takes are on some of these.
Real or fake Legion of Superheroes.
I want to see Jake on one of our fantasy drafts now.
Yeah. And then
okay, so we got
Surgefold, Surgefold, and Maggot.
Okay, well, I'm feeling like Maggot is the real one off the bat. I don't know why. Like the name is so uninspired that it has to be
uninspired.
It was created.
What are you going to tell the creator of Maggot?
Okay, first off, I feel like it was like he goes to work and they're like, "Yo, did you get those 3 new characters written?" He's like, 3? I thought I needed 2. He's like, no, you needed 3 characters at this deadline. He goes, and he's like looking around the room and he sees the trash and someone threw a sandwich away a few days ago. And there's a maggot in the sandwich. And he goes, maggot. And it's like, what's his power? And he goes, he decomposes old food. And he can talk to bugs. And his name's Maggot. And the guy's like, fuck it, who cares? Maggot. And no one is collecting the key issue of Maggot. Okay,
that's not true.
Now we got the chat helping out. I will have you know that even though Glob Herman is morbidly obese, he has a cheesecake splash page. Nothing weird. Okay, Glob Herman.
How is Maggot uninspired, but Glob Herman is? Where's the inspiration?
I just let Jake just continue to speak and just say what he needs to say.
Because it's not just Glob. If it was just Glob or Globby or like the Glob Man or something.
The Globster.
Like is Glob related to Blob?
Globnino.
Because I know there's Blob.
He's actually Jean Grey's long lost brother. Who knows?
Okay.
To make the Summers Gray clan tree.
I know, yeah, exactly.
More complicated.
My question is, what would Surgefold's power be? Is it electric because of the surge? Is it like he can fold matter on into itself because of the folding? Like Surgefold, I feel like has the most potential.
No, you can't go by people's names necessarily to determine what their powers are. Otherwise,
so Maggot doesn't have the ability to decompose food. His Maggot's ability is flight and the powers of the sun.
Jake is taking. Go ahead, Bo. Sorry.
I was going to say I'm going to throw in another name that is real, and you tell me what their powers are.
Okay.
Oh, I should probably not put it in the private chat. Hang on.
Okay, I will say though, Jake, you for your disdain for Stanley X-Men, the way that you are approaching which mutant is real or not are literally based on the Stanley. Hey, this guy has magnetic power, so we gotta call him Magneto, and you are literally applying it to every single X-Man that we're talking.
Well, that makes sense because I just ordered the Tashin X-Men, the most expensive way to collect Stanley X-Men.
Jake, make a decision. Which one is it? It's gonna be Glob, Herman, Surgefold, or Maggot.
I'm saying Surgefold is fake.
Dang it!
Yep.
I'm 1 of 2 now.
It's fake.
Okay.
Now I need to know what are Glob Herman's and Maggot's powers.
Glob is a glob, bro. But
so
he does have Riz.
And there's the Blob and there's the Glob. That's lazy. That's like, hey everyone, what character did you create this week? Oh, I created the Blob. Okay, and then what you create?
Character, though.
Are you going to tell Grant if you ever meet Grant Morrison in Glasgow, England, you're gonna tell them to their face, you made the worst X-Man in history, Glob Herman, and be like, mic drop, leave.
No, I think I'd be like, hey, I would say, well, okay, now Glob Herman's powers have to be weirder than I can imagine. Like if they wrote them, their powers has to be like, oh, they can like change metaphysical reality or something like that. You know what I mean? Like he knows he's a comic book character written by Grant Morrison.
His body is made up of he's living wax, and his body is made of transparent wax showing his skeleton within.
I want to see Living Wax and Living Laser team up.
He was actually in the X-Men The Last Stand, if you blink and you miss it.
I blinked a lot of times during that. And then what were Maggot's powers? Does he decompose food?
I just put it in the chat, copied and pasted from Wikipedia.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, thank you.
Maggot's digestive system consists of a hollow cavity that houses 2 slugs named Eenie and... See, I think it's more fun if I asked a follow-up question and you told me that Maggot had 2 slugs inside named Eenie and Meanie. I couldn't even fathom that, bro. What is X-Men, bro? It makes no sense.
It makes complete sense. Absolutely.
I think like Surgefold to me seemed fake because it was the least ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like
Maggot is not the least ridiculous.
Maggot's not the least ridiculous.
Maggot was uninspired. Glob Herman was so ridiculous it had to be real. That's my thought. But yeah, I want the first appearance. I want the key issue of Maggot, where you meet Eenie and Meanie for the first time. And that was our show. Chat, let us know if you want. Everyone, where can they find you? Starting with Omnibo, where can they find you? Hopefully asleep soon.
Actually, I've got another stream starting in an hour and a half, so I might get another nap.
No sleep for the minded.
You can find me on Aussieverse on all the social media platforms and especially YouTube. Subscribe now because I think I'm great.
And we think you're great too.
He is.
Usually I would do a 2-minute spiel, but this is the lowest point of my energy reserves.
This also is the lowest point of any show you'd ever be on. Like it's like this is the gutter mutants of live streams.
Sewer mutants.
Sorry, sewer mutants. And
right.
Dom of X, maybe not the 15-minute spiel. Where's a few places they can find you?
Of course, you can find me at my YouTube channel on Dom of X, where I am again getting close to that 2,500 mark that I would actually prefer to hit before New Year. And at this point, we'll see, but I make comic videos as well, similar to Jake and also my 2 other cohorts here. You can also find me on comicreleases.com, where we literally have every single up-to-date release date along with the collected information on the site. Free to use, free for everything. If you want to help me out with server costs, you can donate to our Patreon, which is just $2 a month. And of course, very fine condition where I do work close and hand in hand with the Uncanny Omar to put videos out. So those are 3 spots that you can find me on the interwebs.
And
he doesn't even mention Titan Tuesdays. Okay, yeah. Chris, where are the multitude of places they can find you?
You can find
hang on. Dom wasn't done. Dom wasn't done. And no, it's something you're forgetting.
I am? Oh, you can find me on
later today.
You also sing a mean Barry White.
Oh, hidden talent.
Oh, I do, huh?
You do.
He's not wrong. I do sing a mean Barry White.
Okay.
I apologize, Mr. Balga.
And Chris, where can they find you?
I don't know if I can sing a mean Barry White, but I'm just going to bow out and not even try when you've got Dom who can. So you can.
What emotion Barry White do you sing? If his Barry White is mean, mine is going to be insecure. I sing an insecure.
Never gonna give you up.
I might give you up.
Barry White sound like?
I might give you up. I'm going to give you up because I can't get over my own internalized issues. I am going to let you down. I'm going to let you down so many times because I'm still processing my generational trauma because my dad was mean to me, but his dad was mean to him. And you're going to give me up because I can't just give you the space that you need to be free because I'm always checking in on you and I'm asking for your location.
What is happening?
In history.
Jake, what are you doing?
That was my insecure Barry White.
Oh, good lord.
That was my Barry White that's going like, yo, you said you go to the grocery store, but your location's at a bar. Where you at? Who you talking to?
Well, you can find me on all the socials. Probably beating my head against the wall with whatever Jake's trying to do right now. So at Chris Balga, you can Catch my show Marvel Alliance every week on Thursday nights at 9:10 Eastern Standard Time, where we are currently breaking down every single episode of What If Season 3. So check out that show on Geekverse Podcast YouTube channel and searching for Marvel Alliance on all your audio catchers of choice.
Next time we do a show, it'd be more fun if we do each other's spiel, because I feel like we know each other's spiels well enough to where like I could do Chris's spiel. I don't think I could do Omnibus spiel yet, but I could do Dom of X's spiel. You know,
dude, no one
I
can
worry
match
if we
the
let you
energy
do any of our spiels, we might actually lose
we'll
content.
end on this. You guys do my spiel. Where can they find me?
Where you don't ever want to find, you never want to find
it. And everything's fine. I just want you to know that I really am fine in life, and this is where I get my validation on YouTube.
Oh, gee whiz! Oh, no. Oh, Rick, it's Jake. I mean Morty.
You know what? I do have a Rick tattoo that I got on Friday the 13th on my butt. So
there's no way. I'm calling.
No, okay, let's end the stream now. End it.
Do I send Dom the picture?
No.
Send me the picture. I don't care.
Send Bo the picture,
it's
dude.
Not
I don't.
But
I don't
it's
need
like
people
upper
asking
thigh.
me
You guys want to see it? Here.
Thank you all for joining us. Maybe next week we'll be back.
Next week, guys, we will be back with more, and Jordan will be back as well. So you won't see me on here, but of course you can check out comicreleases.com for everything, and you can check out Organic Price Books, where you can get $2 off with Braveboys and use that code, and also ship together for whatever the percentage is on your order. That's it from us, guys. I am Dom of X. He is Chris Balga. He is Omnibull from Aussieverse. And Jake from Brave and the Boys, who is currently recording and calling somebody. We will catch you later. Have a fantastic day wherever y'all are. Peace out.
Keep reading and stay brave. Wait, I was going to show the tattoo, but